Haos is one of the biggest and most deadly enemies to come out of the game Resident Evil 6. Encountered in the final chapter of Chris and Piers' adventure, Haos is Carla Radames' greatest creation, and the one that she has the highest hopes for in terms of its impact on the world that she hopes to create. Haos is one of the creepiest looking B.O.W.s to come out of the game, having translucent skin which exposes its inner skeleton for all to see. This creature is a true nightmare, and the legacy of Neo Umbrella. Haos' story can be traced back to its creator, Carla Radames, and her quest to get revenge on a former mentor of hers, Derek C. Simmons. From a young age, Carla displayed a remarkable skill in the field of genetics, graduating with a doctorate in the field at the mere age of 15. This incredible talent was noticed by Simmons, and he took the young girl under his wing, introducing her to the world of bioorganic weapons. As could be expected given her talent, Carla thrived in the field, driven by a desire to prove herself in the eyes of her mentor, Derek Simmons. This desire eventually culminating in what would be known as the C virus or chrysalid virus, an extremely versatile virus derived from the T. veronica virus and the G virus. With this incredible new creation, Carla would begin expansive testing into its seemingly boundless capabilities. But Simmons was only interested in one of those capabilities, a clone of a woman whom he had been obsessed with for years, Ada Wong. Carla worked tirelessly in attempting to use her C virus to give life to a clone of Ada, being provided with thousands of test subjects thanks to Simmons, but never quite getting the results that he was looking for. That is, until Simmons found out that Carla herself was actually the perfect candidate for the transformation, and decided to do a little experiment of his own. Derek subjected an unwilling Carla to the experiment, and in a cruel twist of fate, she turned out to be exactly what he had hoped for.
Combine the DNA sequence with the cocoon's biostructure.
Find another subject!
Use Carla for the next pass. She's a close match. Be careful what you say around her.
I don't want her catching on.
Unfortunately for Simmons, despite Carla looking and even acting like the woman he was so infatuated with, a small part of Carla's original self still remained in her psyche, and over time, that part began to grow. Eventually, Carla's memories returned to her, and when they did, she vowed revenge on the man who had taken her future from her. Carla formed the organization Neo Umbrella, its sole mission being to avenge its founder and bring the world to its knees. Carla knew that the one thing that Derek Simmons valued most in this world, more than anything else, was stability. Simmons craved this stability and worked hard to ensure that everything in his life went according to his plans. So in order to get true revenge, Carla would have to completely destroy the stability which he had come to rely on, even if that meant the world itself had to share in his downfall. Carla's plan to do this was to enhance her already impressive C virus with the blood of a man named Jake Muller. This enhancement would completely change the composition of Simmons' body to where it would be in a constant state of continuous and rapid change, mutating indefinitely so that even his body would have no stability. However, equally important was to ensure that the world around Simmons reflected the utter chaos that was in his body as well. And so Haos was created to embody that chaos.
One missile and this world will be transformed into a new Eden for my last and greatest creation. He will thrive in the ashes of the burning cities, conquering all that remains after the fall. He will reign as king of the new era.
To create this ultimate B.O.W., Neo Umbrella began by establishing an underwater base of operations. This underwater facility served two purposes. The first was to extract magma from the ocean's floor in order to collect bacteria and microbes that thrived in these harsh conditions, so that they could be used to create more powerful B.O.W.s. The second was to hide these B.O.W.s from the unsuspecting world until such a time came that these godlike beasts would rule over the world as its new kings. This research culminated in the creation of a beast known as Haos, a creature that was designed to invade the world of man and completely eradicate it. Not only was the creature incredibly strong and absurdly durable, but it also had several abilities to help it with its task once it reached the surface. Like the Lipotitsa, Haos was outfitted with the ability to secrete a deadly toxin into the air that would turn anyone who breathed it in into zombies. But perhaps even worse was that the creature was given the ability to multiply. Should Haos ever reach the surface, it would divide itself and rain destruction on the entire planet in the span of only a few days. The creation of such a dangerous B.O.W., however, would take time, and it was time that Neo Umbrella knew that they might not have. So contingencies were set in place in case something happened to Carla before Haos was prepared to bring about the new age. A protocol called Plan D was put into action, which would release the creature, finished or not, in the event that Carla was killed before it was ready. And as they had predicted, this is exactly what happened.
We're sitting ducks in here!
The Neo Umbrella head, Carla Radames, was brought down by none other than the true Ada Wong herself. This death kickstarted the Plan D protocol, and the ultimate B.O.W. was born. Unfortunately, the creature was still far from complete, sitting at only around 70.3%, with most of its unfinished features being regulated to its lower body. This didn't make the creature any less resilient, however, as it attacked the two people unlucky enough to be there to witness its hatching. And so, with the ambitions of Neo Umbrella to live up to, and the vengeance of Carla Radames to enact, Haos ventured into the world to fulfill his destiny. However, sometimes the dreams that have been bestowed upon you by others are a bit too lofty to live up to, especially when you have men like Chris Redfield and Piers Nivens standing in the way.